a blind piano player, wrestler, long-distance runner, and a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions across the U.S., are here to tell their story of their unique and incredible journey together. Welcome to the Nancy and Mike Show. Nancy and Mike will engage you with some of the most unimaginable and heartwarming stories of their extraordinary life. So please welcome your hosts, Nancy and Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida, God inspired. Today's date is June 6th, 2026. And this is show number 46. And the last couple of weeks, I talked about, believe it or not, some of the things, crazy things that happened to me. And I'm going to continue today. Last week was about food and food dream that I had when I was 10 years old. And it was an interesting thing that I saw the mistake I made. And, but today I'm going to talk about the anniversary since 1967, my graduation. It was like a graduation high school banquet.
Oh, cool.
And what it was, we had to, each graduation student graduating is had to pick a teacher to have dinner with.
Oh,
And it was at the school. And
it was hard to pick.
it was hard to pick.
Yeah.
And there were people that I had four choices. And this was like 2 months in advance.
Oh, so you had time to decide.
I had, well, not only did I have time to decide, but each day I thought of somebody else.
Oh, gosh.
And my mind, I was going back and forth. I was so determined to do a perfect job.
Yeah, you want to be fair. I know you.
I wanted to be fair, and I wanted to have the right person. And the fact of the matter was, I probably couldn't have gone wrong with any of the four.
Right.
One of them was Paul Farina, the wrestling coach.
Yeah. That's who I think if I were you, that's who I would have picked. But we got to know him later on after we were married. He was really cool.
And they were all cool. Another one was Mr. Lowndes, the mobility teacher.
Yes, that's very important.
He taught cane travel.
Yeah.
And there was Mr. Hayes, who's a
music, right?
excellent music teacher. Yeah. And the fourth guy was Mr. Wilson, who to this day, he's the only one of the four that's still alive. And to this day, I absolutely love this guy.
Yeah.
And
He was math teacher, right?
he was math and science.
Oh.
And of course, I failed science. It wasn't his fault. I just wasn't any good at it.
I think my two teachers I was thinking about when you brought this up was Mr. Lyons, my homeroom. I had him for all 4 years.
And I did meet him.
Yeah, nice guy. And my art teacher, I had her for 4 years, was Mrs. Jordan. So those were my two special ones that I liked.
So anyway, I kept going back and forth day after day. One day it was Lowndes, the next day it was Farina, then it was Hayes, then it was Wilson. What should I do?
Yeah, hard.
And I had no idea what I was in store for, of course.
No.
And one of the deals, well, of course, with Mr. Wilson, now he failed me in science, which was legitimate.
Yeah.
Now, the deal with Paul Farina, the wrestling coach,
How come you didn't pick him?
I don't know. The basic deal was this. Whichever one of the four I picked, I couldn't go wrong.
Okay.
And I put a lot of pressure on myself to make the right choice
That's you.
when I didn't have to because they were all good choices.
Yeah.
And I had one of the deals with Paul Farina was I was in a baseball league. And it was my final year. I was a manager.
Yeah.
And I won the baseball tournament. My team did.
Yay.
And in 3 years, I only lost one game. And
I always said you'd be a great baseball manager.
yes, I would. And
Perfect
the
time.
reason I lost that one game is because I wanted to walk somebody intentionally, and Mr. Lowndes would not allow me to do it. And I was a guy, if I was a manager, I'd give up a lot of intentional passes, more than anybody does today. But anyway,
Yep.
the deal with Farina was
Yeah. Why?
when I won the baseball, and I was a senior, it was my last year. I was 8-1 in 3 years. We had 3 games a year. And after my last baseball title, I decided to go to the ice cream place and get a milkshake and a strawberry shortcake.
Ooh, sounds good.
It was very good. It was delicious.
Mm.
And the reason for that
It's celebration.
it was a celebration type thing.
I know you.
And so anyway,
Uh-huh.
my food comes, and as soon as my food comes, guess who walks in the door?
The coach.
The wrestling coach.
Yep.
And he said, "Wow, what do we got here?" And
It's teasing you.
yeah, he was just teasing. And I told him, "I'll be ready for the 112-pound class."
And I know you were.
And I was. Now, during my 4 years of high school, I never did not make weight.
Okay.
I made weight for every single match. And some of them were harder than others. And one match, I really had a difficult time making weight for. I had to skip school the day before because I knew if I ate lunch there, I wouldn't have made weight.
Yep. I remember that story.
But
Fish and
yeah, that was yeah, right. So it was fish and
chips.
chips.
I know.
But anyway,
Okay.
so that was the deal with Farina. And that spread. I don't know how or who spread it.
There must have been other kids at the ice cream place too, because I don't think he would have spread that. Other kids must have heard him say that, Mike, because I know he has good intentions. He wouldn't have done that. That's what I think.
So anyway, that was the deal with Farina.
Okay.
The deal with Mr. Lowndes had to do with the baseball league. He was in charge of it. Now, he made a ruling that if you have less than 10 at bats, you can't qualify for the batting title. You had to have at least 10 at bats. So here's what happened.
What?
I was 8 for 11 in the series in that 1 year. And there was another guy there who went 7 for 9. Now, 7 for 9 is better than 8 for 11. That means he had 7 hits and 9 at-bats. I had 8 hits and 11 at-bats.
Oh, so you lost more. So
But remember what he said. You can't qualify unless you have 10 at-bats. Well, what happened? They gave the other guy the batting title. And I was in a mobility class with him, and I asked him, supposing I went 7 for 9 and he went 8 for 11, what would you do?
yeah, good question.
And he said, I'd give it to him. Yes. Now, here was his reason. I win too much.
That's not to go against you. So you win a lot. You earn it.
I earned it. I earned every bit of it.
Yeah, that's why people don't like you know, the Bruins or Boston football and all that.
Well, yeah, a lot of people
They
hate
don't like
the
winners.
New England Patriots, and then during the 60s, it was the Yankees.
Yeah,
So anyway,
that's not fair.
I was
So
really,
that's the one you picked to go with you? No.
yes, it is.
Eh,
I don't know.
That
I picked Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Which way
no,
should I
that's
go?
not fair.
And
Anyway,
anyhow, Mr. Lowndes was great. And he was the referee for a lot of my matches at home. And he
so he
was,
saw all the time you won. He saw how great you were.
yes, he did. And he was a great, we had a great time together.
Oh, good. All right.
But
So I won't get upset.
here's what happened at this. Mr. Wilson out of the 4 is the only one that's still alive. He's in his 90s. And of course, I'm 79. So, you're not going to be older than your teachers. So, Mr. Wilson's the only one that's still going. And I really liked him.
Yeah, I liked him too. I met him at a cookout thing.
And so, anyway, what the deal was, I can't remember what we had for the meal.
Right.
But it was June 6th, 1967. And what they did, I went to that school for 15 years. Now, why 15 years, you ask? Because I stayed back twice. I had 12 grades plus kindergarten plus staying back twice. I stayed back in kindergarten and I stayed back in 9th grade. So I went to that school for 15 years. And nobody else went for 15 years. Now, what the deal was is that somebody would get up and talk about each individual kid in alphabetical order.
Oh, so Zorik, you're last.
I was last. And they did a great job with the other kids. What they accomplished, most of the accomplishments were academic accomplishments. I wasn't very good academically. I was good at math. I was good at public speaking
And music
music.
and wrestling.
Yes. But I was a terrible reader. I was the worst reader in the class. And anyway, what happened? My thing came up, and I think we're going to go.
Yeah, after the break, we're going to see what they said about our Mike. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Be right back.
Mike Zorik, a 3-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorick, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Anyway.
And were your parents at this thing?
Yes, they were.
Were they sitting at your table together or in the back? Or
no,
what?
They were at my table.
Okay, good. I just want to get the picture.
And yeah, you got the picture. There were 5 of us. There was, wait a minute, let me see. I don't know. I think my brother was there.
Wow.
I don't know. Let's see.
Okay. It was during the day?
Be 4 of us, and no, it was at night. It was like from 6 to 8 at night.
Wow.
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
And
sorry to interrupt, but go
it
ahead.
was a Tuesday, June 6th, 1967. And we had gotten through all the other kids, and then I came up. And what did they say? You're always wondering, with all these years,
what impression did you leave?
What they're going to say about you, and what impression did you leave, and what are you going to leave behind when you graduate? And mine got people upset. And what they said about me is that I was caught on several occasions breaking training rules during the wrestling season.
Well, that's just a lie.
It is.
The only thing out of all those years they could come up with is a lie about you when you were like the best wrestler in the history of the school. They couldn't say that?
You got it.
Oh, man, I bet your parents were fuming.
You just won the bet.
Whoa.
I wasn't too happy about it myself. That was
your mom too.
It was pretty bad. And
they know all the work at home.
They know all the work that I put in, all the running and the exercise, and
you always
I made weight for every single match.
Vacation, you couldn't eat. Oh man, what a bunch of bunk.
And anyway, so that's what they said about me, that I was known by people involved with athletics. I was known for breaking training rules on several occasions.
Now that's a bad thing to put on your record.
and that was all they had on my record. Uh, Nothing about the fact that I was given the award for the math student of the year, and nothing about my being outstanding wrestler for like 4 years in a row. Uh, it was like I was
Your
the
ability to play the piano.
yeah, how many recitals I was in, and how many different things that I had done where they didn't exist.
I know.
And I remember my parents driving me home from this ordeal, and everything was so quiet. It was like everybody had the starch taken out of them, including me. And
You have to listen to all the other praises about all the other kids. You're the last one, and they punch you in the stomach.
and anyway, we got home that night,
Yeah.
and it was kind of a quiet evening. And I remember listening to the news, and they had this thing going on with um, Israel and
Israel's having a war then,
the
fighting for
Arabs.
their
Yes, they
life.
were from the 5th to the 10th of June.
Yeah.
Now, at the time, I thought the war was ending,
No.
but it wasn't. That shows you I was never good at history, and even when I listened to it, I thought that June 6th was the finale, but it wasn't. And I do remember listening to that in the news, and of course, all the baseball games and uh, that I normally listen to.
And
And
during World War II, June
June
6th was
6th
a
was a D-Day.
D-Day. That was amazing that we cracked open a little bit of the domination of the Nazis. So that was a big deal.
And you know, the Nazis are after us full force. We're going to have to do it again.
Well, we're trying our best. We're praying for
And
United States Armed Forces, and we're praying right now for Israel Armed Forces.
the good guys that are supposed to be fighting for us, for whatever reason, are afraid of the Nazis, and it's gonna lead to serious consequences if we don't hold them accountable.
We're in a war right now, good and evil.
But anyhow, uh, that was the deal with this dinner that I attended, and it was
Oh, you had so much injustice piled on you. I thought maybe this is God saying, "Hey, welcome to the world," right? This is, even when you were born, you got your parents thought you were going to die. You had to be baptized. I don't know how many times. I think
5 or 6.
5 or 6 times just to keep you alive. So life with you is a struggle. It's a battle, and I'm in it with you.
Well, I'm glad you didn't have to put up with that. And
You know me. Somebody goes against you, I'm ready. I'm ready.
but
I'm a wildcat.
I could
Somebody
tell
fighting
you,
against you.
my parents were upset about it, and rightly so.
Hmm.
Uh, they couldn't find in 15 years, they couldn't find anything good about me. But anyway, uh, it was 10 days before I graduated, and I got to tell you, I was glad to get out of there
I bet.
on June 16th, 1967, which was my graduation day. But anyway, uh, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this show, uh, I am going to talk sports today
Good.
after Nancy does her wonderful thing. And so Anyway, that's where we're at.
Okay, well, I one of the thoughts of the day, this is real simple. I liked it. It said, "Whatever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all your might." I love that. Ecclesiastes 9:10. And then underneath it says, "Our grand business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand." That was written by Thomas Carlyle. And this one book, I really love this. We were just reading this today, Amazing Grace book, and just this one sentence. Maybe I'll read a little before it. There were two preachers. They were having I don't know, lunch, I guess, and they're talking about this one preacher who went astray. A comrade had fallen, and the guy who wrote this said, his name's Bill Crowder. He said, "Quote: I know anyone can be tempted and anyone can stumble, but he's a smart guy. How could he think he could get away with it?" And the other preacher said, without even blinking, said, this is the sentence I have underlined: "Sin makes us stupid." Boy, that says it, right? You just wonder how these people can think. They can't think because the sin makes them stupid. Ooh,
Absolutely.
that's it, man. So this book, I do this one a lot. This is Quiet Times for Couples, and it's precious. Okay, so it says, "Wives, be submissive to your husband. Your beauty should not come from the outward adornment. It should come. It should be that of your inner self." That's First Peter 3:1 and 3. Okay, so this part I have underlined. This is Peter talks about this in the Bible. Quote: "Inner beauty is reflected in an outwardly noticeable gentle spirit." Does this mean a Christian woman should never offer opinions, solutions, leadership, or strength? Not at all. Nor does it mean that she's too weak or incompetent. She is to use her God given gifts and talents to the best of her ability. Gentleness is an attitude of thoughtfulness and servanthood. So, a woman with a gentle spirit is one who has confidence as a result of relying upon God and using the gift to serve others. And I love that. I met this one girl, and her husband was an eye doctor. Remember her from an old church, and she said she's traveled around the South and traveled different states and always looking for a nice, gentle, feminine girl who still has strength. And she said, I did. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that touched me. And thank you, God. It's a gift from God. I can't create patience and gentleness and stuff. It's from God.
Are we going to a break?
Pretty soon. Like, looks like maybe 2 minutes. What? You don't want to start your story?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well,
I didn't want to interrupt yours.
no, I think I'm done, but I don't know how I could stretch it out any. Let's see. Here's from Romans. "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of Holy Spirit you may abound in hope." Romans 15:13. And I just think right now a key word is hope. It's important right now, and we are going to go to a break, and then you're going to what? Talk about sports? What kind of sports?
Little baseball, a little basketball.
Okay.
And
well, this is the Nancy and Mike show. We'll be right back.
Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness. Unlock your full potential with limitless growth. Published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorich.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike show. And one of the things I hadn't talked about in 2 weeks is any sports. And which is unusual for me,
Very.
being the sports nut that I am. But I had a lot of stuff on the table with different incidents that I had. And sometime this month, I'm going to talk about events of past Junes. But that's not going to be today.
Okay, good.
And one thing, you people know, or some people know, that I am no longer a Red Sox fan. They beat my Yankees yesterday. And the reason being is because Boston is not trying to win. And
Some of the players are.
the players are giving it their best.
Right.
But when you dump your players,
so many good players from Boston.
You see them in other places, right?
They're doing good.
And they're doing good. And I know the next one to go is going to be their closer, Aroldis Chapman. He's gone, or he will be gone. And this year, the trade deadline is August 3rd.
Okay.
So he will be gone before August 3rd. And here's what they're doing. They're talking to the worst hitting team in baseball, and might be the second worst hitting team.
Who's that?
San Diego. To get a hitter from San Diego?
No.
Why? They can't hit. They're almost as bad as the Red Sox are, and they're going to give their best relief pitcher, Chapman. They're giving him away. And
they should get a couple players for him.
Well, you know why they can't? Because
he's almost done with his contract.
He is at the end of the year.
Okay, so
and Boston, when they get somebody who's at the end of their contract, they don't make any effort to re-sign them. They just let him go.
Well, probably nobody wants to stay there either if they're getting rid of all the good guys.
Well, what I don't understand, why do fans keep showing up?
I know, I was thinking that too.
I used to think they were smart fans there, but here's the deal with them. They're 10-22 at home.
Whoa.
And the reason they don't have any power.
Yeah, going over the big
You
monster.
play at a home run hitter ballpark and you don't have any power. That's a massive tragedy.
Yeah, you should get people for your park.
When you got to build according to your park. So if you're playing in a home run hitter's ballpark, you need
Hitters.
power hitters, not single and double hitters.
No,
power hitters.
that's more like Kansas City.
You need guys that get on base, that hit a lot of home runs, and they strike out too much, and it's a bad situation. And there was a talk about the Red Sox going after Mike Trout. Now, Mike Trout would help them. And the Angels are 24-42. They're the worst team in baseball. And the second worst team in baseball is Colorado. They're 24-40. And so that's the deal with this. And the basic thing is they're not trying to win. I remember one time one of the guys who's connected with the Red Sox, Peter Gammons.
Oh yeah.
And he's a back east. He's a New England guy, and he's a baseball guy.
Yep, he knows his stuff.
And he knows his stuff. He's very good. And he said the Red Sox are rotten from the top down.
Yep, I remember exactly what Tim said.
Said precisely.
Yep.
And this was a few years ago.
I know.
And they're worse now than I could ever remember.
5 years ago, because
Oh,
he was
yeah, we were back in California. And by the way,
yeah, pretty soon, huh?
yeah, today's the 6th. The 11th is when we moved into this house. So on June 11th, which will come before our next show, we will have been here for 5 years. That'll be on Thursday.
We still got boxes around.
So that's where we're at. And but anyway, I am happy about what's happening to them because they don't care. Now, on the other deal, what about the Celtics?
Yeah, what about the Celtics? I don't hear much about them.
Well, we don't, because when I listen to Lee Hacksaw Hamilton,
oh, he just doesn't like it. He doesn't like the Boston stuff.
No, I don't think he likes the Boston stuff. And he's
very knowledgeable, though.
LA and San Diego.
Yeah.
He could discuss anything about anything. He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And I can't, I think I'm good when it comes to my sports knowledge, but I can't compete with him.
No.
And the deal with the Celtics, they have this guy named Jaylen Brown. Now,
he's good.
Jaylen Brown, this past year, was their best player.
Yeah. He looked good when I saw him.
And they had Tatum was out all year, except for about 20 games. And we don't know the status of Tatum because in game number 7, he didn't play. And there are some people who, once they get hurt, I don't know if Tatum is in that situation or not.
Because I really like him.
Once they get hurt, they're never reliable after that. And a classic case of that is Embiid.
Yeah.
For the 76ers. And, Giannis,
When he's hot, boy, he was great.
oh, when he's good, he's very good. But how often are you going to have him? The probability is when you need him, you won't have him. And the guy from Milwaukee, who they're desperately trying to get rid of him, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, here's the deal with this.
Who is he for?
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Milwaukee is out to steal whatever they can steal. They want this guy. They want to trade Antetokounmpo for one of their best players and 3 number 1 picks.
One of Boston's best players?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown.
Oh, no.
Plus
Don't do it.
3 number 1 picks.
No.
Now that could expand over 3 years, because let's say if they only have 1 pick in the first round each year, then the next 3 years you don't get a number 1 pick.
Don't do it.
And Giannis was a great player in his day. One of the best players in basketball. He's in his early 30s and he's injury prone.
Uh-oh.
Now, I would never take that deal.
No.
Never in a million years. Boston needs, because of Jaylen Brown, they were second in their league.
Right.
Now, if they did not have Jaylen Brown, I would project that they would not even make the playoffs.
No. And then their good picks, they don't get.
No, they don't. They lose their pick for 3 years. And
have to be firm.
You have to. And Milwaukee is also attacking, and I use the word attacking because I think that's what it is. It's they're going after the Miami Heat. 3 draft picks, and one of their guy, his name is Hero.
Oh, I heard of him.
Very good shooting guard.
Uh-huh.
That Milwaukee would get, plus 3 number 1s from Milwaukee. No, this guy Pupo is not worth for
Milwaukee.
players.
You said from Milwaukee.
Yeah, he's for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Now, that hasn't happened yet. And it's a 4-for-1. They want a 4-for-1 deal.
The Dodgers.
You're absolutely right. They're acting like the Dodgers. And they feel that what they were doing at the end of the year, there was a lot of dissension on the team. They were tanking because they wanted a high draft pick.
Yeah, but the players, it doesn't have good chemistry that way.
But if you get rid of the guy who they say was getting special treatment, and they think if they get 4-for-1, that it's going to help them, and it would. It definitely would. Whoever.
At what cost?
Well, their soul.
Yeah, that's what I see.
It's not
integrity. There has to be integrity.
There is no integrity in that. And Milwaukee used to be one of the best teams in the league.
I know.
But this is not.
People used to be afraid of them.
Oh, yeah, with good reason.
Yeah.
I remember when we got married and you had Philadelphia, Milwaukee, and Boston. And whoever played first between those 3 teams, the team that did not have to play in that threesome was given a great advantage.
Yeah.
I remember that one year.
We got to go to a break. We'll be right back. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Stay tuned.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Mike Zorek, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. And I was talking about 1980, the year we got married. And the threesome, Boston, Philly, and Milwaukee.
All good ones.
Very good ones. The three best teams in basketball.
Entertaining to watch them.
And they were all in the same bracket of the playoffs. What they should have done, they should have put Milwaukee in the West. So that you have one semifinal, Boston and Philadelphia, and the Lakers in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that would have evened it out.
That would have been a great 4 semifinals.
Yep.
But it didn't work. So anyway, and this year, Boston and Philadelphia were playing in the quarterfinals. Not Boston. Milwaukee and Philadelphia.
Okay. Milwaukee, Philadelphia.
Boston played Chicago. Boston beat them 4 straight. Well, Philly and Milwaukee, they went 7 games. I remember this because on this day of the 7th game, we had people over at Nancy's parents' house for dinner. I was in Chicago then, in 1981 for the National Wrestling Finals. And I had made weight for the tournament, and the tournament was over, and we stayed in Chicago for 3 weeks. But anyway, in the 7th game, while dinner was cooking, I'm listening to this on the radio. And the final score was 99-98, Philadelphia. Milwaukee was dead. Now Philly has to play Boston.
Okay.
First 4 games, Philly wins 3 of them. They split in Boston. They won in Philadelphia. So they were up 3-1. Philly has to win 1 more game, and they go to the finals against Houston. Well, Boston wins game number 5 at home, which everybody expected.
Okay.
Game number 6 in Philly. People are thinking, okay, Boston's going to be closed out. Not true.
No?
Philly was too tired.
Oh.
They were killed.
Milwaukee.
They were killed by the bracket makers.
Yeah.
Yes. So they lost game number 6 at home, and they lost game number 7 in Boston, and that put Boston in the finals where they eventually beat Houston. It kind of reminds me of this Montreal situation in hockey.
Montreal and hockey got so tired.
They had the worst bracket in hockey that I have ever seen in my life. Now, one more thing about basketball.
Okay.
The New York Knicks, San Antonio. And I was one of the people who thought, because the West has been dominant over the East for several years.
Yes.
Well, Nancy was reading me the standings, and I realized they're not dominant this year.
No, they're not.
So here's the way the breakdown works. You play 2 games against everybody in the other division. So it ends up where the East and the West play each other 450 games in the regular season. And this year, the East won 226 games and the West won 224. Only the numbers guy comes up with stuff like this.
That's over my head.
All right? So they played 450 games and the East won 226 of them. If it was 225, they would have been equal.
Yes.
But the East won by 2 games in the regular season. Now, the only time they play each other again is in the finals.
Yes.
And New York beat San Antonio. So it's 228 to 224 right now. And the only way that the West could tie it is if San Antonio wins the next 4 straight. Then it would end up 228 to 228. Only the numbers guy could figure out stuff like this.
And you have fun with it.
And I have fun with it.
I know.
But I will tell you before the year started. And I'll tell you where the difference is.
Okay.
The East bottom teams are worse than the West bottom teams. Not by much, but a small distance. If you take 1, 2, 4 in the West and 1, 2, 4 in the East, those 8 teams are all about even. They're about equal. So where is the East better? Well, I'll tell you where the East is better. And you saw evidence of it in the playoffs. The East was better 5 through 8. So that's why you had 3 7-game series in the first round of the East and none in the West. Because 5 through 8 in the West was not much depth.
No.
Much weaker than 5 through 8 in the East.
So you think New York's going to go all the way?
I'm rooting for New York. I hate the Knicks. You know, I've hated the Knicks for years because they beat Boston blindfolded. And
they're looking good. Look good.
They are looking good. I thought they were going to lose last night.
I know.
And but anyway, I thought that San Antonio would win last night and they would split.
It was pretty close.
But New York won.
Yep.
Wembanyama missed a shot at the end of the game. It was 105 to 104. New York had a 14-point lead with 5.5 minutes to go. So anyway.
Well, we better wrap it up.
And game 3 is Sunday. And I'm rooting for New York. And so that's where we're at. I think that's the end of the show.
Yeah, take care, guys. Talk to you next week.
This has been the Nancy and Mike Show. Tune in each week and become part of the conversation of the amazing journey of Nancy and Mike.